Okay. Yankees and Mets, episode 11. Yankees and Mets podcast. Yanks and Mets pod, episode 11. We're back. After no further delay and no further ado, had some family issues, audio issues, all the above. I know it's been a while, so I apologize for that. I know it's been since the first week of the season. Thank you, Bobby. And now we are back. Let's go. All right. So I have an interview with Brett Baty that's going to play in here, and I really thought it was appropriate to do this today, considering the upper deck tank job he hit against Zach Wheeler yesterday. And Wheeler dominated the Mets yesterday, besides that, basically. But it didn't matter because the Mets just continue to find ways to win. This is the best team in baseball right now, record-wise. Even Soto hasn't even hit that well yet. Their pitching staff has pitched really well again. Seems like David Stearns is on it 2 years in a row. Griffin Canning, Tyler McGill's been incredible. Those are two guys that aren't making a lot of money, that are producing a lot. David Peterson, again, he still looks pretty good. He kept them in it yesterday. Clay Holmes has been decent, turning into the rotation. And I'm missing one. Who's the other one? Not Holmes, Griffin. Oh, Senga. Senga's been really good too, obviously. So without further ado, I guess I could just do the Brett Baty interview now. So with Brett, it's like there's a lot of things going on with Brett. He's definitely juggled between AAA and MLB a lot. He's, to his credit, did not make any excuses when I asked him about it, handling it like a pro. And I think that they need to give him runway still. He's really starting to hit a lot better. These last couple of games, he's been a lot better. I saw him hit well in the Cardinals series. The 2 games I was able to cover, he was getting a bunch of hits, extra bases. I think there might have even been a triple in there, I want to say. He has 1 bomb. His OPS is up to 600 now, a stolen base, 4 RBIs. So he needs to improve, obviously, still, but it's looking a little bit better. Yeah, there is a triple there. Yep. And 3 doubles. And I think I saw 2 of those. So, I think he's in a good spot, but the problem now is that Jeff McNeil is going to be back Friday, Mendoza was saying. So are they going to send down Acuna? Are they going to send down Arazar, the outfielder they called up? Maybe, but it's going to be a quirky roster fit if there's McNeil, Baty, and Acuna. So that's something I'm really monitoring, obviously, to see what decision they make these next 2 days. And Azokar, I believe is how you say it. Azokar. So, sorry if I did that wrong. But he's hit 3 times in 7 at-bats. So he's doing decent in the small sample size. But without further ado, here is the interview with Brett Baty.
With New York Mets third baseman and second baseman, Brett Baty. So, Brett, you had a pretty good series. I noticed the swing's starting to look a little bit better. You're starting to get more results. So, what do you think has been clicking for you more lately?
I think just having good at-bats, having quality at-bats, and trying to hit the ball hard has been really, really paying off. So, and we're winning a lot, so that matters as well. So,
what's been the coolest part of the season? Having all these new expectations, with Soto and stuff. How has it been? With the new mix of teammates and stuff.
Yeah, I think we got a great group in the clubhouse. We really feed off each other. We got great energy, and yeah, we pick each other's brains, and we learn a lot from each other.
So, when they asked you to play second base, was it something you were comfortable with? What was your first thoughts? Because you looked pretty smooth in spring, because I saw a few spring games, too, down there.
Yeah, I thought it was a fun challenge for sure. I went down and played it in AAA last year, and I just felt great over there. And then showing my skills in spring training as well, and then out here to start the season. So it's kind of fun bouncing around all over the diamond.
So I know you're really close to Francisco Alvarez, and I want to ask you, what are your thoughts on him learning English? Because I know you guys used to have a hard time communicating. So, how cool is that he figured out how to speak English?
Well, we played together in 2019, and he didn't really know any English, and then now he's fluent and he's really good at English, and I tell him that all the time. And it's really cool to be able to have conversations with him.
Well, yeah, I'm sure it makes things more interesting. Speaking of him and a few other guys, when you're in the box hitting, what's a tough pitcher you face? Who's a pitcher that's giving you a hard time?
Blake Snell.
Oh, okay, that's a tough one.
Yeah, he's a really good pitcher.
So when it comes to your hit, what's something you think you could improve on still?
You can improve on anything. This game's never going to be never going to be figured out. But just probably consistency with the swing. I need to get more consistent with my swing and just trying to be the best hitter I can be.
Okay, so last one. I'll take you back in time. I know it's been a few years now, and I know you've had some back and forth, but like, what was your reaction when you got the call, and how difficult has it been struggling a little bit, like AAA, Major League? Like, how's it been finding that consistent rhythm and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, it was amazing when I got the call, and then as far as going up and down, it's just part of the business, and I just try to be the best baseball player I can be every single day.
All right, Brett, thanks, and best of luck.
Okay, so what I take away from that is a few things. Like, his relationship with Francisco Alvarez is really cool to me because 2019 they came up together in the minors, so it's been like a 6-year relationship now of like them playing together, and obviously being teammates and everything. But that also extended to them hanging out off the field as well, because I remember Baty told me when I spoke to him in AA when he was with the Binghamton Rumble Ponies and they went to Somerset, he was talking about how him and Alvarez were close, but they couldn't really understand each other, but they would still hang out, which I thought was cool. And now they can, and it's even better now when you look at it that way. So with Baty, like I've been saying, he needs the consistent lane. Let's see what they can do. It's going to be tough, but when he gets that chance at this point, being 25 years old, he has to take advantage of the opportunity. And speaking of that, Francisco Alvarez is also expected to return with Jack McNeil on Friday. So that's another thing. And I want everyone to stay tuned because I am going to expand on that story with Francisco Alvarez speaking English. And that's definitely something that I'm going to be paying attention to. And I want to see how that progresses. Like, I'm going to talk to other people. Hopefully I can get Alvarez at some point, and then I'm going to make it a nice feature story. So we'll see what happens. But the Mets, like, overall, I don't even know what to say. I mean, they're defying every expectation to me, basically, because, like I said, Soto's not even hitting. Vientos has barely done anything. They're 18-7. They're even better than the Padres now. They're 720 winning percentage, the best in the league. They have an off day today, which you probably don't even want if you're in the Mets after how well you've been playing. But tomorrow they go to D.C. and Senga's on the mound. So when I was at the Phillies game Monday, fortunately Tuesday and Wednesday I couldn't go because of family circumstances. But when I was at the game on Monday, it was definitely another close game, obviously. It was a battle. Diaz kind of let loose a little bit late. They only ended up winning by 1, but they still got the job done. Lindor has been an absolute rampage, hitting a bunch of home runs of late. He had 2 that day, and then I saw a walk-off. I'm pretty sure I saw like 4 of his bombs this year, and he's been hot now. So that's good for them because he's normally a slow starter. And Carlos Mendoza was saying that he's definitely taking it differently this year, and that the Mets are definitely better because of it. Like, not that Lindor wasn't doing anything right before, but he just seems to have a better approach early in the year, and he's not like having that excuse as if, oh, I'm a slow starter. No, he's going to play good now, and now he's going to hope to maintain it for the whole season. And I bet you he gets an all-star appearance this year, because last year he didn't get it because of that and the fact that Alonso wants to be in the home run derby. So that's kind of what happened with that. But Lindor's really been doing good lately again. It's 5 bombs, 309 average, 14 RBIs, and OPS 869. And he's obviously going to be the captain for Team Puerto Rico, which is extremely noteworthy news for several reasons. The WBC is going crazy. And yes, I will get to Judge later. But for now, Lindor, we knew he was going to play. He's the captain of Puerto Rico. Seth Lugo, and the good pitcher on the Royals, also is going to play for Puerto Rico. I don't know about Diaz after the situation. Obviously, that's going to be very controversial. We'll see. But that's a conversation for a later date as well. And I do want to talk about another guy I want to get on, Brazoban, since I wrote the story on him. So that's something that I'm definitely going to discuss as well, and we'll see how he does. So, like, he definitely was a little up and down after, but it was definitely more good than bad. I know one day he gave up a bomb, and then he settled in and struck out the side, so that's definitely what you want to see. Don't don't let it linger and don't dwell on it. I mean, he has a 117. He has 15 innings, 14 Ks. So he's been really good. Even opens the game for him and has a save. So I think he's in a good spot too. And like I said, I still believe the breakout is coming. So if he continues this and if he's in the ones or twos with ERA, then everyone's going to be really happy with him. And if he keeps up like the K per inning, then that's pretty good too, like right around it. So 8.2. But all right, Soto. I talked to Darryl Strawberry about Soto in the interviews on our channel at Arskita, and he told me basically that he's going to be fine. People are overreacting, and I tend to agree because he's been hitting the ball into a lot of hard outs. Like you'll see the box score does not always tell the full story. That's what I will try my best to portray here. He had a ball hit 106, double play. He hit a few like 104s or 108s, ground outs. He had that foul home run the other day that just missed the upper deck of Citi Field. So like it's coming. And I know yesterday people made a lot of him moving the runner over and making all the money, but at least he didn't strike out or completely not do anything. So I do think he's going to be fine. The one thing I thought was interesting with him, I'm not going to say it gives me concern because it's way too early in the year, but he's really not elevating the ball like he was with the Yankees last year. His ground ball rate is way up. Like he only has the 3 home runs, still 12 RBIs, which for the $805 million he could potentially make is obviously not what they want. His OPS plus is 116. That's not what they want. Only 16 points above the average hitter with 753 OPS. But I do got to say, his defense, which gets a lot of criticism, and some of it justified, some of it not, he was on point yesterday. He threw out Nick Castellanos in a huge spot to keep the game tied. He also held a runner at third on a good throw in quick because I was watching the network and he really transfers the ball quickly and he has a stronger arm than you realize and he throws it pretty accurately, especially when he's throwing towards home plate. So that's a good part of his outfield game. It's just the range is definitely still problematic, especially at Citi Field. But do you think Soto needs to shake off Yankees dimensions out of his head? That's a good question, honestly. And thanks for popping in. I appreciate you, bro. I'm not sure if that's what it is because, they play on the road too a lot, but he's not using the left center of Citi Field properly, it seems like. I think there was like one hopper he hit, or maybe 2, but he hasn't had that big bomb like to the opposite field of Citi. Like all those doubles at Yankee Stadium last year, those are home runs at Citi Field. And to the contrast, obviously, some of the pull shots to right aren't home runs at Citi, but I didn't really see as many of those when I was there. I know he's probably had a few of them, but I'm sure he needs to adjust. He needs to adjust a little bit, just elevate the ball a little bit more, and he'll be fine. That's like the main thing I would say, because like I said, the ground ball rate was up from like 42 to 57%, I think, from this year to last year when I last checked it. So that's definitely something that is worth looking into, I would say. But we'll see how long that continues to be a thing. It's definitely too early to actually worry about him. His on base is still pretty decent, 364, which is low for him. But he's still getting a lot of walks, like 17 or 18 walks. I'm trying to look at his spray chart. Let me see. Yeah, well, he only has 3 doubles to the opposite field. None of them have been gone. He doesn't have any oppo homers, which is interesting. He has 3 pull homers. Like, there's no big hits to right field here that I see that would have been bombs. Yeah. I'll check. I'm actually going to check one. Yeah, it's a line drive. It's not a homer. Yeah, that's what I thought based on where it landed. But, yes. Exactly. Like, this is the most important thing here. They're in first place, and they have the best record in the league. And even from a Yankee side preview of it, per se, like, Yankee fans are definitely trying to, like, dunk on them a little bit, but, like, I really don't think it's justified at all, especially since they're playing so well. And he's way too good of a hitter not to figure it out. But I did have an interesting conversation with a Yankees friend, and I think most people might agree on this now. I know he has time to make up for it. Like, I'm not going to say he's going to have a bad year, but it might not be quite as good as what we saw last year. Like he might not get his 40 bombs this year. Maybe it's 30 or 35. His OPS maybe gets a little bit lower, possibly. Like maybe it's not in the 900 range again. So like that's definitely possible. I think maybe you're looking at the high eights this year. Maybe you're like under 100 RBIs, maybe closer to 90 or like 95, and then maybe he hits like 270 instead of 288 or something. Maybe on base is like a touch below 400, like minor stuff. This is what I'm gonna get to. Unfortunately, I can't ignore this one. Sadly, he's really going through it right now. So I guess that'll be my segue. I appreciate that. Yeah, the defense has been a little bit different too. Like the numbers still show it's good, but there's been a few small errors that have kind of cost him in some spots. He's definitely better than that. His bat is like, it's so frustrating because like he has the potential to be good. Obviously, he's hitting 198, which is not good. OPS is 680. I know someone was saying his WRC was still 113, which is like, okay, fine, that's good, but I mean, or good enough, but these other stuff has to be better. OPS plus only has him at 96. And if you think about this, as another one of my friends was saying, he's really riding that first week that he hit the 2 bombs in back-to-back games, had the 4 home runs early, because he has not done anything offensively for a while. There was one game against Kansas City he looked good. He had a double, and he just missed an opposite field bomb. And if the double was elevated more, it was a homer. But that was a while ago now. He needs to be a lot better. The expectations placed on him, fair or unfair, he hasn't lived up to them offensively at all. Not even close, honestly. And to me, like, when I watched him in the minors, he looks like much more of a complete hitter. And I know, like, it doesn't always translate, but keep in mind, I watched, like, 50 to 60 minor league games of his probably. And I did not think that, let's see, the thing is potential isn't going to be hits, right? He doesn't hit for average or he's hit for power. So what are we doing? Yeah, that's a problem. And I think he doesn't know which one he wants to do either. That's the other issue. Because the first year he was going for the home runs and he had 2020 season, 6.6 OPS and 24 stolen bases, 3.3 WAR, B WAR. So like as a rookie, you take that. Like that's not, maybe you want it better, but he's a rookie, so you never know. Fine. But the problem is next year was basically a mirror. He lost home runs. His RBIs were the same. 9 less homers and the same RBIs was definitely interesting. 4 more stolen bases. OPS was like 10 points lower. They were almost mirror seasons, basically. So, like, that's not good. And now this year, it looked like it was going to be better, but it's not. And now it's trending in the direction that's going to be even below what we saw the first 2 years. And if it gets worse than what we saw the first 2 years, then that's a major problem. The year 3 is like when you look for like the player to take that leap and develop. He hasn't done it, unfortunately. And then people posting the stuff about the war with Soto and Volpe, like that's just like the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Like I'm sorry, I don't care about that at all. It's ridiculous to even think about any of that stuff. Because there's no way in the world anyone's taking Volpe over Soto. That's just lunacy. And Soto's just a much more polished hitter, obviously. The errors, like, I'm going to try to look under the hood at the fielding, too. Because, like, I kind of was curious, too. Because, like, it looks good, kind of, like, with the advanced stuff. But, like, on the surface, it doesn't look that good. Okay, let's get to his defense. So, it should be here somewhere. I just had it before, but like reference is a little bit funny with defense, but I will get there. So, okay, he's made 1 error this year, but some of them are probably plays like that he should have made that weren't called errors technically. There's definitely been a few of those. His 990 fielding percentage is fine. Let me see how Fangraphs views him defensively. That'll give me a better indication, I think, because I like their evaluations. It takes us under the hood in like a fair way. But, yeah. And he's also – I definitely need him to steal more if he's not going to be a power threat. he needs to get like 30 stolen bases or maybe even 40. I know he only has 3 right now. I definitely like to see that go up too. But again, you got to get on base to steal, and he hasn't been doing that too much. So, yeah, I'm trying to check. Like, let's see. I'm looking right now. Yeah, his WAR on Fangraphs is actually lower than Baseball Reference. I have him at 0.6. Defense, it does look lower right now. I know it's early in the year, but it does look a little bit lower. Let me see what they're saying about, like, his line drive rate is really low. Actually, it's like lower. It's like absurdly low. It's like 6% to 21%. That's not good. His ground ball rate's the same. So he's hitting the ball in the air more, but it's not resulting in home runs, really, except the first week. So that's a problem. Yeah, that's not great. Advanced fielding, his OOA is 2, which is like fine to start the year, I think. Where's his DRS? That's what I'm looking for. Oh, 4. I mean, yeah, the 4 is good, but he's definitely not playing perfectly. Like, he's got a long way to go. And then the other problem is he's not the only one that's scuffling. That's why it's getting magnified. And yes, the Yankees are in first place, but honestly, like, it's a Fugazi first because the AL East is definitely jumbled up right now, I would say. I know the Yankees are 15-10, Boston's like 14-11, and they're playing right now, not looking too good. So the Yankees might stay in first, but yeah, they need to be a lot better, a lot cleaner, I would say, with certain stuff. And I'm gonna read your comment right there too in a second because it's definitely important and it's definitely a talking point here. And Boston's 14-12, whatever. So the Blue Jays are 12-13. They're okay. They're like the middle of the pack team. Tampa's 10-14. They might get better. They might be in that 500 range. Baltimore is 9-14, and really their pitching is so bad. I don't think that's an aberration. The Orioles are going to be in a very bad spot. Their pitching is absolutely terrible. But let's get back to the Yankees. It's sad because he was so heavily hyped by Cash. Happens all the time. Cash always overhypes the guys. But look around. Other shortstops in this age range are just far and away better. You know what? I can't disagree, unfortunately. We'll get Gunnar Henderson, even though he's not off to the best start, but he will be better, of course. Bobby Witt's not even a conversation, obviously. There's definitely a few other ones. Even the guy from Oakland I like, too. Jack Wilson. He's pretty good. He was the son of who was the guy that used to play in the Pirates? Jack was the father. Okay. Jacob Wilson, there we go. Jacob is a good shortstop for Oakland, too, or the A's, whatever. But Yankees saving Grace or Judge Rice goal. The fact that there's a discussion about sitting Rice down when Stan comes back is insanity. Yeah, Judge is obviously, which we'll always get to Judge, and there's always time to talk about Judge. And what he's doing is absolutely unprecedented again. Even though the home runs aren't there, per se, we did just miss one in Cleveland, and like almost only one other park doesn't go out. But I digress. He gets a triple. Goldschmidt's been great, and what's interesting is he's like Luis Ariz now. More than like what he used to be. Like the power's not there, but he's hitting everything, which is good because the Yankees have other guys that can do that if he wants to play. If he's not gonna hit a 380, whatever he's hitting now, obviously the whole year. But Goldschmidt may very well be over 300 this year, and that's great. His OPS will be in the 850-ish range. He's been swinging a great bat, just doesn't have the homers to show for it. Really, that's the only issue. So with that, I would say that I really think Bryce, it's going to be interesting with that because he doesn't really have a position. He's not a good catcher. I'm sorry, everyone that wants him to catch. He is not. JC Escar is a way better catcher than him behind the plate. It's not close. Stanton can't play a position either. So the way you do this is you rotate Goldschmidt, but he's been hitting so well too. it's an interesting problem to have. But anyone saying to teach him third base or the outfield, no. But the only thing they could do is try to teach him to catch a little bit better. But I don't know. I mean, could you live with him catching 1 or 2 days a week? I guess if you have to, and you rotate him with DH in first, you give Stanton his off days, you keep Stanton fresh. Like, it's gonna be something to think about. But again, I'm not getting too caught up in it just because Stanton is still not as close as anyone thinks, I don't think. I think the best case scenario is we see him in June. So, like, honestly speaking, we're gonna see how it plays out. As Joe Torre said, these things always work themselves out. And Torre was a smart man, obviously, a great manager and everything. So, I think that they'll figure it out somehow. I don't know how, but we'll see how it goes because Rice definitely has to play a lot. I think he needs to be in there at least 5 to 6 days a week. I probably might have to pinch down to 5 just because, or 6, because, I just don't know where he's going to play. Because Stanton just makes too much money to sit or platoon. That's just not going to happen. And Stanton, I mean, when he's in there, he normally hits well, but he's going to have an adjustment period coming back. Also, he is let's not kid ourselves. He hasn't had his leg injury yet. We know that's coming. So that's going to be another 15 or 30 days he misses probably. So I think it's going to work itself out. It's definitely an interesting conundrum, I would say. But in essence, it is a good problem to have, you could say. So now I'll get to Aaron Judge. I'll do Devin Williams, and I'll do the Yankees rotation, and then that's going to be it for today. Aaron Judge. I mean, what else do you even say about this man? First of all, the fact he's going to be the captain for Team USA is absolutely crazy, and I am so on board with that. I would say that it's definitely deserved for several reasons, and the fact is that he was fired up last time watching them play, and the only reason he didn't do it was because he just signed a big contract with the Yankees. He wasn't going to risk injury. That was the same offseason he signed a huge deal. So I get that. But now he's secure, everything's set, so he's going to play. And USA is going to be in for a battle with Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Japan. Colombia's better. Venezuela's always good. Mexico's decent. There's a lot of good teams in this thing. And I'm sure I'm forgetting some people too. But it's going to be a battle. And Aaron Judge playing with Mike Trout in the same outfields for more than just a few innings in an all-star game, that's going to be fun to watch. Even if they DH Trout, but them being in the same team in the lineup with him, Betts, Harper, although Harper's first baseman now, I'm sure he's going to want to play. And then two guys who are an absolute must outside of Harper. I think everyone would agree with me. It's Paul Skeens and it's Tariq Skubal. Those two are a must. If the USA wants to win, they need both of them and Harper. So that's how I'm looking at it. And we'll see what happens. But we'll go from there. So I do think that Judge is incredible. What more can I say? He's leading the league in OPS, 1247. His on-base percentage is Barry Bonds levels of 513. His home run 7. I know it's a little bit lower than we would like normally or think, but he'll catch up. I don't know if he's going to do the 60 this year, but he'll get his 45 to 50, I'm sure. And then the fact he's hitting over 400 is just ridiculous at 415. I think he leads MLB in RBIs with 26. He's even stolen 3 bases for good measure. So that's exactly what you want to see from him. His OPS plus is 258. Are you kidding me? And he already has 2.1 WAR. We're not even out of April yet. This is an historic season. Could he possibly finally run down that Triple Crown? It's definitely possible. If he's going to do it, I don't see why it wouldn't be this year. So we'll see how that goes, but he's definitely in contention for that. Aaron Judge is incredible. You can't say enough about Aaron Judge ever. So that's a good thing. So besides him and that Rice combination is working well because Rice is going 1, Judge 2. Rice is seeing good pitches to hit. Judge is capitalizing when Rice is capitalizing, and those two at the top has been great. Austin Wells, I like at the top of the lineup too. It seems like he hits better up there. Bellinger might have to get dropped. He's not playing as well either. Dominguez up, and Dominguez and Volpe need to swap against right-handed pitchers. There's no reason why that should be a thing anymore. Cabrera's okay towards the bottom, and Jazz needs to play a lot better too, and I think he will. There's definitely some underlying stuff that suggests that he has a lot better baseball left in him, and he's gonna have to execute on that because he has hit into some bad luck. His BAB is 154, which is ridiculous. He needs to cut down the strikeouts for sure. Sometimes his swing feels a little too long. 7 homers are good, but other than that, hasn't been much too good. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Yeah. Aaron is just incredible. I don't have many more words for him. I really don't. But with Jazz, before I segue completely to Devin, 165 is not good enough. I know that's going to change. His slug of 418 is actually decent considering everything else, I guess. But it needs to be higher too, probably. His on base at 280. It's bad, but compared to the batting average for him, it's actually not bad for what his batting average is, but not good overall. OPS plus 100. So, even though he's hitting that low, he's still a league average hitter. That's crazy to me. Trent Grisham had a higher slug than Aaron Judge for a second. He's been incredible. Trent's been a godsend. Everything I said about him was wrong, most likely, when I was upset with the Dominguez situation. We'll try and keep it up, not to this level, but he's proven he can play as much as he needed to play. So that's good. Yeah, Aaron Judge is just ridiculous. There's nothing else that needs to be said. What we're watching is one of the greatest right-handed hitters of all time. We're watching a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's probably going to hit 500 home runs in the Yankee uniform, maybe even 6. Who knows? I'm not going to count anything out with Aaron Judge. So, yeah, he's a special player, and the Yankees are very lucky to have him, and they cannot waste his window any longer. And that's why it stinks not having Garrett this year, because him and Garrett are the two guys you want to maximize, capitalize, win a World Series with. So the contract's worth of recall, which it is. He's pitched great, so I'm not saying it's not. But when you sign that deal, you envision a championship. And same thing with Aaron Judge. He's got to win one too. He's got to be better in the playoffs, and that's all there is to it. When the time comes in the playoffs, he needs to be a lot better. We know the regular season, he's amazing. He's great. He's going to get credit for everything. But when October comes, he's got to produce. Otherwise, all this, it doesn't even matter. Even if he hits 400, Yankee fans wouldn't be happy if he doesn't play well in the playoffs. Although, if he hits 400, that's just unreal. I don't think he can maintain that, but maybe he can. I would definitely be really wild if he did somehow. But, yeah, that's definitely going to be a wait-and-see thing as well. So, Devin Williams, okay. Devin. Yesterday, I thought it was interesting with him. He has a 7.88 ERA, 8 innings and 8 strikeouts. I need people to realize he's pitched 8 innings. 8. I understand the frustrations, but Luke Weaver should not be the Yankees closer just because Devin has had a rough 8 innings. Look at the resumes between Luke Weaver and Devin Williams, and then tell me who the closer should be again. Can Devin handle New York? I guess that's a question we need to figure out. Is he the best with the media? Probably not, to be honest with you. But he's played. You have to remember, he came from Milwaukee. And as our guy Francisco knows, the media coverage in Milwaukee is nothing compared to the media coverage in New York. So that's a huge adjustment in itself. And yeah, he gets to wear the beer, whatever. I think fans are still mad at him about that, which I think is ridiculous. So I'm not going to give that any more light of day. His WAR is negative 0.4, which is obviously awful, but I'm going to go under the hood for Baseball Savant to see what his 8 innings of work show. And yeah, he's blowing a few saves. He's taking a loss, I think, too. I want to say, I don't know why his thing didn't come up, but how concerned should we be? Okay, I'm more concerned than I was I'll say that much. I'm more concerned than I was previously. But I'm not jumping ship. I'm not out on him. I don't think it's over. I don't think Luke Weaver should be the closer still, although they did use him yesterday. They did. But that could have been for a multitude of reasons. And there was a 4-run lead technically. That might be why. Maybe they're working with Devin on the side to try to get him to get his mechanics in order. His fastball velo is a little bit down, but it's in the actually now it's around normal, I think. But it's in the terms of baseball savant world, it's like not average, I guess. It's like a 39 percentile. Trying to see if I could find it is what he did last year, but it's averaging 94 right now. And we'll go back to last year. Yeah, the pages looked way better last year in this small sample size. It's like the same. It's basically the same. Although the thing that's interesting is that I see a cutter on here last year, and there's not one this year. Maybe he needs to work a cutter in. I think the fast change profile is not working as well as he wants it to. He's not throwing the air bender as much, I don't think. We're getting 57% now. Actually, he's throwing it more this year. He's relying on it too much. My bad with that. His hard hit rate is still kind of low. The other one outing he blew, like the hits were so soft. Like it was just really bad luck. But walking Ben Rorbit's inexcusable. His extension's really good, so the velo's playing up to hitters. He's getting barreled a little bit more than you would like. His K rate's lower, his whip rate's lower. Like the chase rate is what I'm looking at. And it's not showing it as clearly last year, but let's go back to 2023. 86% compared to 60. That's a little bit problematic to me. He's got to fix that. People got to start chasing that thing more. So that's what I would say. I still want him closing ball games. I'm going to stand that ground until I can. I think he needs at least another month or two to settle in, maybe. His Aprils have normally been rough in his career, too. I will get his April splits as well, just to fully explain this, and then that'll be a dead topic. So I think his ERA is like in the 3 or 4s from what I remember in April. And then every other month is like a 1. So I'm getting that now. Let's see. His months are April and March. Yeah, I'm almost there. It's a 408. Yep, it's a 408 in April and March, and it goes to 251, 165, 087 in July, 155, 189. So yeah, it's not that uncommon, but this bad of a struggle is what the problem is. So I'll move forward to rotation. Will Warren had a little bit of he did decent against guards. I'll say it wasn't bad. His ERA is under 5. He has a strikeout per inning. He kept him in it with 5 innings, a 2-run ball, only 3 hits and 5 Ks. So I'll take that every time from him. He's getting better. I think he's going to be fine. I still believe that. Clark Schmidt's just working back, so I'm not going to get too critical on Clark. He's only had 2 starts. I think we need to give him more rope here to see him get fully back warmed up. Max Fried is incredible. There's nothing else I need to say. He's been as good as advertised with every dollar the Yankees have given him. Basically, K per inning. He's been lights out. 1.42 ERA, 4-0. I mean, good job so far from him. Really good stuff. And then Carlos Rodon. Let's give Rodon some credit here because everyone wants to beat up on Carlos, but he has shown up his last 2 starts. I think there's like 17 Ks in his last 2 or something. I don't think there's been any runs given up either. 36 Ks, 36 innings, 45 strikeouts. 2 straight scoreless starts. And the Giants, he really only made 2 bad pitches against Lee. That's really the extent of what happened. It was kind of unfortunate. But he's struck out 8, 8, 9, and 8. That's a really good sign. And I definitely think there's reasons to be encouraged about Carlos Rodon going forward. Now, here's the one that I'm going to pick at, and it's definitely Carrasco. And there's a reason why I'm going to do it too. Well, Stroman's out, his knee's banged up. I don't know what's going on with that. And I'm going to say this too. I really doubt the Phantom IL because if it was, Stroman would be filing a grievance with the PA. He doesn't want to lose out his innings. It's not a Phantom IL. He's hurt. he would file a grievance because that's his money. That's his $18 million on the line. And he's not getting that, obviously. Even whenever he returns, he's there. He's not. I don't even know if he's good enough to throw that many innings, even if he does return soon anymore. But the Yankees aren't going to let it happen regardless. So that is something that we need to see. We need to see what happens with that. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But I will say this, that I think that Stroman is definitely, his days are numbered one way or another. I don't think there's going to be too much more of him because Carrasco has a 6.53. He has 20 innings, 15 strikeouts. He's definitely the next line of defense. You can't send down Will Warren if you're serious about winning. That's my other message too. Carrasco's going to have to go if and when Stroman returns. Luis Hill's got a while, but when Hill comes back, Stroman might be done there too. And you look at what takes place with this and with everything here. I would say that it's a four-man juggling act because another guy I like is Winhouse. Alan Winhouse needs to be on people's radars. He struck out 10 batters yesterday in like 3 2/3 innings. 10 of his 11 outs were strikeouts. I think he needs to get the look, and Carrasco's got to go. Sends up Winhouse now and send Carrasco packing. If you really want to win, do that. They need to fix the rotation. It's not good enough. They're walking too many guys. They only ate. Well, if Rodon is pitching like this, then the Yankees can salvage this. But they need to fix the 5 spot. That's the biggest hole on the rotation. It's going to be a hole for a while until Luis Hill comes back. But maybe Alan Winhouse can figure it out. Give him like 4 or 5 innings and just let it rip. Like, why not? He can't be worse than Carlos Carrasco. There's no way he can. So that's going to do it for today. It was a jam-packed episode, I will say. And then the last thing, actually, before I go, is that I got to give some respect to Pete Alonso because he's playing his ass off right now. He has a 1.8 WAR. His OPS, the 1.112, might be second to Judge. RBI 26. Him and Judge might be tied, actually. 6 bombs, 341 batting average. He's really taken the offseason battle he had with the Mets financially, and he's used that as motivation to come back better and stronger, and I respect him for that. The fact he's hitting that well with his average is really a good sign. He's hitting the ball really hard, too. Pete Alonso might be in store for one of his best seasons as a Met, even if it's not his highest home run total. Dude, his baseball savant page is ridiculous. His xWOB is 100. All the stuff's like bright red, which is really good. The percentiles are all like 94 and above once you go from bat speed up. And people that know savant will know what I'm talking about. And like his whiff rate, his chase rate, he's not chasing. His strikeout to walk ratio is pretty good too. You look at that, he has 15 Ks and 14 walks. So he's been incredible. And he's the big reason why the Mets are where they are because when, like I said, Soto and Vientos haven't done too much. Nimmo has been quiet too. And Smarte is kind of on the back nine here. Winker had a bomb. He's moving a little bit slow too. And then, yeah, Brady, we talked about at length before. Senger's doing pretty good for a backup catcher type thing. Torrens, they're doing good enough together. And Nimmo's got to pick it up. Sitting under 200. But that's going to do it for today. So thank you, everyone. I appreciate it. It was great to be back. And I may return. I don't want that. I may return Monday. We'll see how that goes. But once again, thanks, everyone. It was fun to return. And looking forward to the rest of the year ahead. We definitely got a long way to go.